Hello, happy 2024 to all of you. I'm excited to do this first video of the new year. I've got a couple of stones that we are going to have near us today. And the first one is a fire quartz. To me, fire quartz is about stoking that inner fire, inner desire, inner will to do things, inner will, motivation. That's what it is for to me, and that's what I feel like it will be supporting us with in this little session today. Then we have a desert rose. This is selenite that has been etched by desert winds. This beautiful shape, and I believe that it will be supporting us in accepting and healing the past. Okay, a lovely specimen. Okay, and then I have these two Kyocera stone towers, or little points, I should say. And this is really for, well, Kyocera means what will be, will be. So it's about acceptance, but also like an inner confidence. And that is what I believe it will be, especially supporting us with today, inner confidence. Okay, so these will be next to us as we go through our image today. So let's go ahead and get to it. Going to find my script really quick. Okay, so preparing to bloom in the new year. And really what it means is preparing to bloom whenever it is your time is to bloom, in whatever way it is that you're blooming. Okay, and you'll see what I mean as we go through the image. So go ahead and just take a second here and breathe. Center yourself for just one moment. Okay, this image is called the rose. Imagine a rose bush or a red rose that is opening. It's like we're looking at it from the perspective of a time-lapse video. And the petals open and the flowers revealed. And it is just a breathtakingly beautiful process. And the flower is just so stunning. Imagine taking notice of the rose bush as a whole. And there are quite a few very beautiful flowers, but there are also many buds that have not bloomed yet. Is the bush less beautiful because it has so many buds on it as well as the flowers? Of course not. Would it be rational for us to be down on the roses that are still buds because they have not bloomed yet? Why aren't you fulfilling your purpose yet, you bud? No, of course not. That would not make any sense because that's not how these things work. The flower blooms when it is ready, and there's absolutely no rush. And that is just how things work. So let's take out our tapping fingers. Just imagine that there are some buds on this bush that from their own perspective are feeling some shame because their neighbors have bloomed so beautifully and they have not yet. What would that feel like in your body? Just let that come up for you for just a minute. If there's any shame there, just let it come up. And let's tap if you feel like tapping. That can help stir things up so they can release. But in any case, if you'd like, please take a moment to breathe it out. Breathe out that shame and imagine it leaving your body. Okay, you can go ahead and pause here if you feel like you need another moment. Otherwise, let's continue on. Imagine that these buds are still feeling a little bit bad about being still buds. And imagine them in a classroom for a moment. They're in a school for roses. They can learn how these things work. Imagine the chart the teacher is showing in front of them of the rose life cycle. And on this chart, there is the bud phase. The flower will not be fully formed and beautiful if it does not have a good bud phase, says the teacher. The bud phase is an important step of growth and preparation. Imagine light going to the heads of all these buds as they suddenly understand that there is an important reason for why they're both right now. Imagine their excitement as they realize that right now is their chance to grow into their potential, to prepare for that potential. Go ahead and breathe that in and go ahead and tap two if you would like. One more big breath here. Breathing that in. Mm, that excitement and realization that this is a time to grow into potential. Think of yourself for a moment in your own life path. These are some journaling prompts that I will put in the description box below if you feel inclined to go ahead and ponder on these and even journal on them if you would like. Are there some parts of your life that you feel you are not fully blooming in? Are you still in the bud phase in some area of your life? What type of preparation comes to mind for you during this bud phase that will get you ready for fully blossoming in these areas whenever that blossoming is appropriate for you? Definitely not setting just this year as a confine for this to happen. Okay, just whenever it is appropriate. Um, and those are all the journaling prompts that I felt inspired to share, and those will be available in the box below. Also, I have a session that has just gone live for this year, and it is called the Word of the Year. So I personally have seen a lot of hype growing over that concept of having a word of the year. And I didn't really pay too much attention to the concept until I received my own word of the year through a friend who did an intuitive session for me. And every word is, of course, personal and deeply inspiring to the individual for one reason or another, depending on their own needs. But in my case, I got to see for myself about how having a word can fuel one's year. And amazing things happened. And I believe that it helps support me in making great decisions for myself that I otherwise might not have made. So I'm now offering Word of the Year sessions, and they're just so fun. I absolutely love doing them. And I'm always surprised at what word comes up for each session that I do. So if you feel interested in learning more about my Word of the Year sessions, go ahead and see the link in the description box below underneath those journaling prompts, and you can find out more information. Okay, so I hope that you have the best 2024. I hope that you have found this session helpful. You can go through it as many times as you feel is helpful for you. And I hope that you just have the best day. And I will see you later. Bye.